So how are you feeling?
Oh boy, that's all I can say.
Be glad when it's over.
We raised over 100,000, quite a bit over.
Really?
Which is for a county race in this county is a lot of money.
And they really talked about you as sort of like a rising star in Democratic politics in Indiana. Were you ever approached by the National Democratic Party to run for Congress?
No, but I was the second choice for U.S. Attorney
For
the
Indiana?
Northern District of Indiana. That was, my life crumbled at that point
Why?
because of alcohol. I mean, if the whole story is known, Jesse, I was not. I didn't have much confidence at that point in my life. I got a lot more now, but I still don't have what a lot of people have. West Highway 6.
I don't want to either.
No. 46385.
Okay, phone. Okay, here's.
Let me tell you something. We got.
Great.
I think that
Look,
August
how
got
many
some
do I get?
people to work at the office. So they wrote this article about yard signs. Everybody having yard signs. And this guy went out and talked to people that had yard signs. And he discovered some people didn't even know whose yard sign they had. They just agreed to put it in there for some worker, blah, blah, blah. And then he came across some gal that was 80-some years old that had my yard sign in her yard. And he said, why do you have Bob Harper's yard sign in your yard? And she said, because Bob Harper says he'll keep Porter County green, and I believe him. Guys, this guy's got everybody in the world up in that mind. That really touched me that she said that. And it did. That sort of puts a burden on you, to live up to her expectations. And I said, she said I'd keep Porter County green, and by gosh, I'm going to try.
Lake County too.
That was stuck in.
Bless you.
Bob, did you see that guy's mailing? Stillman passed out a mailing that, slamming you for passing the tax. I've been to the doctor today. I've had a huge shot. Gave me all kinds of medicine.
All shots are huge.
Try to kind of.
Well, this one did not go in the arm. Oh, what? Has he sent out other shit? I think it's too little, too late. We should go down and defend people at the Justice of the Peace.
And the guy could make up the decision right there?
Oh, right there, yeah. Bam, slam. We get called by defendants that are being in their court and shit, Hell, you didn't even have to be a high school graduate. And a lot of them weren't.
Man.
And I tell you, they virtually say, bring the guilty bastard in. And I'm telling you, that's the truth. This guy, Gus Olympidas, you know him? He owns all the Family Expresses. He's a Republican. But he likes me. I've always noticed that guys that first generation over here from foreign countries, they believe in constitutional rights,
Mm-hmm.
If you get them on a jury, and they don't have any problem with defense lawyers, you know what I mean? They believe in the system. And he told them he did not want them to do that. To slam me for being a criminal defense lawyer. He thought that's a constitutional right people have. Just so after we get done with this, I'm just going to try to
Go to
lay
bed?
good tonight, so I'll be ready to go in the morning.
He said,
Man.
November 8th, Harper won't know who you are. I said, that's funny, Doug. I worked on his first damn campaign. That was 34 years ago.
Like today, there'll be a bunch of people around, and I won't be able to introduce you because I don't remember their names, and that always makes me uncomfortable. When I, that's one of my faults. I'm terrible on names.
So you like being around people, but just in front of
People I know, or giving a speech or something, I don't have any problem doing that. It's just standing around making small talk I hate. That's it. That's the way it is.
That's politics.
That's life. I want to thank everyone who worked on the campaign. Period. It seems hard to believe we have all been working for over a year. Period. We have mailed out over 225,000 pieces of literature. Period. That was in addition to those that were passed out door to door. But yeah, today's fun. New paragraph. As you know, in every parade, we had the most volunteers. Period. Every time I asked for people to help in the parade, always a good crowd showed up. Period. Sometimes they got drenched, and other times they stood around for hours waiting to get started, but nevertheless, everyone pitched in. Period. Paragraph. I was truly overwhelmed by all the work that was done. Period.
The fact that you're sober is a testament to there is a God, basically.
I usually try to take a few minutes each day to go over what's going on in my life, and each day I remembered with gratitude all those who helped in the campaign.
You think you're gonna win today, Pop?
Yeah, I think so. I hate to be that optimistic. I think they could have run a much better campaign against me. Say it, it's just worrisome. Like Debbie that works at our office, she lives down on 100 South. She said her polling place is packed. She never saw it like that before. My boy Jesse's with me. I think I'm gonna go over and vote. Okay, what do you say we head out here pretty soon?
Dad, did you wake up with the any butterflies?
No, but I do get a little, when I hear about that heavy Republican vote, you start thinking, what's going on? Oh, Dave, it's heavy everywhere, and the Republican precincts are real heavy. Parks called me. He went early this morning. He went through Liberty 1, said it was packed. They had a Republican poll book holder at the one I went to. Now, I had a Democrat too, but everybody's telling me they got a get out the vote thing going on real heavy. It's being in a Republican county.
So, Dad, you really don't regret not being a state attorney general and then maybe on to Congress
No,
because you got sober?
right? Because they got peace of mind. That's a big thing.
So everything else above that is just icing on the cake.
Everything else above that's not that important. And I was just telling Jesse that one year I ran 5,000 ahead of the ticket and still lost to Hughes that year, Gingrich, I was just telling Jesse, the year I ran against Karen Hughes, I ran 5,000 votes ahead of the Secretary of State candidate in Porter County and still lost because of the heavy Republican turnout. I remember the year that I ran 5,000 votes ahead of the Secretary of State and lost to Karen Hughes.
Yeah, that was a hell of a
Porter
year.
County, boy. That's Gingrich year.